here we go with another day's version of the Dawn Buster Show from Armed Forces Radio. I'm Airman Adrian Cronauer, and for the next 4 hours, we've got the best in popular music for you here, so let's get started right now with music.
Please remember, the views and opinions expressed by this show or any other show on DV Radio and its guests are strictly those of said individuals and do not reflect those of the DV Radio staff nor the staff of dysfunctional veterans.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Strap yourself in,
Because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
attention everyone.
You're tuned in live.
DV Radio.
Online and on the go on your mobile device.
Listeners' discretion is advised.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to
Hey, you're listening to DV Radio with the old guy. I see Bo, who never leaves his couch for some reason. Google and Recoil, and I don't know where Marquis at.
I was going to say he probably went to Kruger.
The little garlic sauce is delicious. You alt-right neo-Nazi bastards better stop it right now.
If you use the cheap sauce, it don't taste good.
It tastes like ass.
And I've got an important message.
Joe Junkie and Carrie Crack are perfectly fine for Tombstone.
Well, Carrie Crack is perfectly fine. She's in New Zealand. I would have sex with Brad Pitt.
How can you even read that with a straight face? Well, I've heard that many like short and tuna can girth, so I'm winning in that round apparently. You're tuned in to WDVR on DVRadio.net or by searching DV Radio on your TuneIn app on your favorite mobile device.
Because this is how it is on DV Radio.
I did not flee the farm. The farm. Hi, Bo. You like my Mickey Mouse boots? This is what happens. Oh, am I slurring?
And welcome to Barracks Talk on DVRadio.net. It's July 24th, or 21st, 2018. Why was DV6 slurring? Slurring?
I'm going to kill you.
Oh my God. Let me tell you what. Yesterday, DV6 got stung by another hornet. Fucking hilarious. We didn't know it. Get the video. And at the end, he goes, am I slurring? Me and my mom laughed for the next 2 hours.
See, they don't even know because I haven't publicly said anything about all what's happened in the last week with my health and stuff.
Well,
right, so apparently there is nothing funnier than DV6 on his deathbed.
Right.
All right, so
but,
all
yes,
right, I guess we're going to address this.
Okay,
so
well,
the
go ahead and
last
take over.
5 days, I have been diagnosed or whatever with being allergic to hornets or whatever. I've been stung. I get stung all the time out there working on the farm with the guys. And there's this one particular area where they're always trying to make a nest. And last month I got 3 all in a row, and no problem. Well, anyhow, earlier in the week I got stung, and I think it was Saturday. We were out there. I was working, doing them a favor, helping them with something, and I'm in the tractor, and all of a sudden I'm sweating and profusely, not more than my fat usual self. And I didn't know it, but my head was swelling up too. And I'm like, after the month we've been through with me transporting guys back and forth to the ER for all kinds of stuff and yelling at them, push through it, whatever, toughen up, you pussy, and shit like that. Here I'm starting to feel like weird and stuff. And I'm like, oh no. Don't be a wuss, Rivers. Don't be a wuss. So after about 45 minutes, there was obviously something wrong. I couldn't get enough oxygen. So I went in the house and alerted Google. And she took one look at me and jumped into action. And next thing I know, I'm in the ER. And they're hitting me with an EpiPen. As soon as they hit me with the EpiPen, I'm clear as a bell. And then they go, you are allergic to hornets now. No, I'm not. Never been allergic. You can get allergic anytime, sir. This is bullshit. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I damn well ain't going to support it. Are you allergic to anything else? No. All right, we're going to give you some Benadryl. As soon as they shot me up with the Benadryl, I don't remember anything. If Google was here, she'd tell you. Crash team came in there. Apparently, my heart rate just about stopped. I do remember having excruciating pain in my head, and I don't remember anything after that. So at the end of the day, I was diagnosed being allergic to Benadryl, allergic to hornet stings, and they sent me home. And I went to the VA a couple days later, and they gave me EpiPens. So fast forward to last night, and I got stung again, and here we go. Off to the races. This time, no, we're on the phone with the ER. Do you have your EpiPen with you? And I don't want to hit it. I don't believe I'm allergic. I'm not allergic. I am not allergic to crap. Do you know who I am? So they're like, so I says to Google, I says, I'm not hitting this. I'll just wait till we get there. I want to see if I'm really allergic. So I'm on the phone. Sure, do you have your EpiPen? Yes. You need to hit yourself now. No. Why? I'm afraid of needles. We're just going to hit you when you get here. Good, you can do it. So we get there. The doc doesn't let him hit me with it. And he agreed with me. Let's see what happens. And nothing happened. Just my hand swelled up like a big balloon. But they kept me for 2 hours. So he says, all right, we don't know what's going on. And I says, all right. So take some Motrin, sent me home. But anyhow, that's what I was trying to screw around, take a video, but I was obviously out of it. That's why he played that.
I could have saved you 3.5 minutes if you let me finish and said, what happened last week, because we explained all of that last week.
Oh, that's why I wasn't on the... Oh, everybody does know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Not anywhere near that much detail, though.
No, but anyway, tonight we have DV6 and Recoil, myself, Bonerwood, Marquis, and Google are not with us tonight, but DV6 has the floor until we go to break or whenever he gets finished, because I feel happy tonight.
So what is the current threat condition of bee stings on the farm?
Wait a second. I'm getting extra time tonight?
Just tonight. This is a one-time fucking deal. You better take advantage of this shit.
I thought you were so mad because you thought I tried to kill myself to get out of the last week's show.
Well, I'm still pretty fucking upset. 3 weeks in a row, something has happened to your ass. 3 weeks in a row.
Like, I had, and for everybody listening, it's like, it sucks. You got to get your wife to call your boss to tell him, hey, I can't come on. What is it this time? Oh, he almost died. Oh, really? That's the best you got?
I was literally about to give birth to a kidney stone on the air that night, and I'm like, I can't do it. My mom calls Recoil, and he hears me in the background going, ah! Six over here trying to die.
No, this was several. You guys can't fucking die every week. You know that, right?
Mine's already happened this year, so...
So this is kind of morbid, but you remember when I got whatever, I was sick, and for the first time in years, I was bedridden for a week?
Yeah, that infection, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like 1 minute. But this is scary. I think about this now, and it's like 1 minute, this is how life ends. It's like 1 minute, you're fine and all that, and you don't have time on this earth. You think when your time's up, that you're going to have time to take care of all that unfinished business. 1 minute, everything's fine, and the next, you hear the beep, right? No. I mean, and that time on the couch, I was like, I thought I was going to die months ago. I was on that couch. I didn't move for days, and it just kept getting worse. And then the last 2 times at the ER, just like that, snuffed out.
I mean, every time you would sit up that week, you couldn't not sit up without coughing. Like, you would take a breath as soon as you sat up.
You just kept going, right.
Yeah.
But it's like, it just got me thinking to, how fast, I'm 52. I'd really, be nice if I could get, another 10 solid years in. But, I don't know. But it got me thinking, what, with all the bullshit out there, what really matters most in life,
Your friends and your family, man.
Yeah, and doing what we've been doing, and it's like you know what? I'm tired of focusing, on and dwelling on shit. It's like I want to go back to enjoying life and stuff, and doing what I like, and just waking up and having a good day and being happy, whatever, just being a regular DV.
Don't worry, be happy.
Unfortunately, though, with all that going on, and the farm, there's a lot to cover with the farm. But for those who are avid followers of the Dysfunctional Veterans page, that is the true title of that page. That Facebook page is the reason for that we have DV Radio, that we have the Barracks, the forum, all this stuff, the farm page, the farm website, the everything. The page is the driver of T-shirt sales. T-shirt sales are like the taxes of the DV community. If you do not buy a DV shirt, right, and pay your taxes, we can't have these programs. If we don't have these programs, then I'm not going to do the page. You don't get memes unless I got people volunteering on the page to look out for you knuckle fuckers. Knuckle fuckers? Jackwagons.
Knuckle fuckers.
So
some
knuckle shufflers.
Knuckle shufflers.
Some fisters up in here.
Now, I guess it is confusing, but DV is kind of like I consider it like a military unit, albeit fucked up, like a typical Army unit. I don't compare it to an Air Force unit or a Marine unit, Coast Guards, because we only have one boat on the farm and it's remote control, and it's used to get the ducks in. So it's like an Army unit in my head because each part of DV runs independently of me. Yes, ultimately everybody answers to me because I fucking own everything. And unfortunately, the buck has to stop with me, and I'm ultimately responsible if somebody goes off the rails because I get blamed for everything. No problem. But the mods have their own chain of command and rules and all that. And that's a separate organization. And the farm has its own leadership and staff and blah, blah, blah. Same thing like down in Keene, New Hampshire, where if you order something, it goes through that office. And there are people there who process your order in customer service and all that. DV Radio, employed by all the people called Bo. And then he has all those people that he has to manage in those independent shows and stuff like that. It's all different, So there's and it was even though we didn't have the farm when Chad Kostra worked for us. Oh shit! Now that I brought him up, so him quitting and everybody, or not quitting, I'm sorry, quitting on me in the office. Yeah, so I had to fire him. Everything's not going to end because, him or somebody else left or whatever. But since I brought him up, there's been all kinds of stuff. This guy's been going after us since he left the organization. We wished him well when he started a company on my dime in my office. I had to let him go for that and a whole bunch of other stuff. And that's neither here nor there. Wished him well, whatever. I knew for months that I couldn't trust him and all that. So wished him well and this and that. And it seems like with anybody else, we feature you on DV or you become, known. It's like you don't get your way or whatever, or we have to let you go because rule breaking or something. All of a sudden, we're doing wrong. We're stealing money. I've got evidence and blah, 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 whatever. So this happens all the time. And then you have your dedicated hater pages. And that's all right. People hate us. That's fine. I mean, we have physically hundreds of people who physically unlike the page on a daily basis. You multiply that by a month, that's thousands. You multiply that by years, that's tens of thousands of people who hate us. Maybe at different levels. And then out of all those tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people who hate DV, you have the crazies, the rabid haters. So that's what I compare them to. So my mods have told me, this stuff goes in circles. You remember a couple years ago, this person who's Chad, that's been bashing us, said there is no farm. You'll see. He's pulling the wool of all you eyes. Recoil, you remember him saying that?
I do.
Yeah. And no farm. Then after that was played out, they went after the shirts. We give dysfunctional vets a bad name. The shirts are fine. And that's your opinion. I take it tongue in cheek. I like the word dysfunctional. I don't go, hey, I'm a dysfunctional veteran. If you think we walk around or go to job interviews wearing a DV shirt, I mean, if you wear one to my job interview, yes, then you're doing good.
Or possibly mine.
Yeah, or possibly for welding and stuff. Yeah, iron working.
Yeah. You know? I mean, there's like 4 different people involved in DV that are all business owners that employ people. I just thought I'd bring that up.
Oh my God, you guys employ people too? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we, they go after the shirt, and this is typical any hater. If one way doesn't work, then they go to the shirts, to we're disrespectful, to we're all pogues and stolen valor. If you watch, just watch. If it's an organization or a page or an individual, the rhetoric just goes in circles. So, you can go watch the video. I'm not going to rehash everything in that video, but he did do a rebuttal within, I think I addressed his video the next day, and within minutes of me broadcasting, he went live. So I made a joke in my live video where I was picking apart his video that he sounds like he's on drugs. So his main point was DV thinks he's on drugs. No, that wasn't our main point. And if that's what you focused on, this just proves my point. All I'd like to say to anybody out there, I don't know how we can make this as clear as possible. Like, our book's open. We do everything by the law. We go above that. We go by even more. Our doors, since we've opened, have been open to the public. People come in there all the time. I mean, yeah, we bar the media. But wait, that's not true, because we've been focused. We've been featured on both Chronicles. We've been featured in multiple news stories, local, all the way up to national level. Yeah, we're really running a fake farm out there. We work with our regional VA centers. They call my office when they have a homeless vet that they're struggling to repeatedly find a program that will work for them. They call me. Know exactly what.
Did you not have a congressional visitor up there?
We've had a couple of people from. We've had staff from Annie Custer's office down visiting. Contact me. I've had potential people running for Congress have come down there. And why? Well, one, to show their support. They want to see what we do. And they asked me, "What if I get elected? What can I do to help homeless vets?" And I get this personal time one-on-one. Unfortunately, the one guy didn't win, and the one that's running now is the doctor that blew the whistle on the Manchester VA hospital in New Hampshire. And he'll be coming back out again. He'll be coming on DV radio in the next week or two. We do all this. We're featured in all this. The doors are open. And it's more like, it's hate. And I usually it doesn't, it bothers me a little bit. I'm human, How dare you? Everybody in this organization, from all the ones I mentioned previously, bust their ass. They're volunteers. There's very few people that get a check out of DV, because since the farm started, the main PR guy for the T-shirt sales has been focused on the farm. So sales have dwindled. We went from a staff of paid employees at the warehouse from 12 down to 1. And now it's growing because I've got the right one guy helping me. Because the farm was a priority for me. Now, I want to say, for those of his followers that are listening, he brought up a point. Did you know he lives at the farm? If you just now finding out I live at the farm. But it's, I'd look at it like this. I'm going to take this as a learning. Let's use it as a learning tool. For those who don't understand it, if you go back and do first, to be a hater, you have to, to hate us usually means you don't know what we're doing. And once you understand how it works here, you can see our point and why we do the things we do. And hopefully you can jump on board, join our team, or be a supporter, whatever. That's great. But, since the day beginning, the only way to make this rehab work, to start a typical nonprofit, does anybody have a spare few $100,000 laying around? Does anybody? Not me. I blew everything I had to just purchase the property for the new nonprofit to be able to operate on. You can't just start a 501c3 and, oh, okay, I start a 501c3. Okay, I'm going to need $300,000 worth of land. The IRS says I need a 5-year business plan. So I'm going to need 5 years worth of salaries. That's another $500,000. Going to need a residential staff there on a 24-hour basis. That's 3 employees a day times 7 days a week. Okay, you're going to need a driver. Going to need a caseworker. Going to need a drug and alcohol person. Blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of money. So how did I do it? And this is the thing we talk about, you know, when I say, hey, if you're starting your own, you want to call, you know, that people ask how I did it. Yeah, I lived there. It's the only way to make it work. Plus, I was homeless in Nimrods. So I explained that in the video. I am the staff during the overnight. I am the staff on the weekend. I'm also their main caseworker because we can't hire a caseworker. All right. I have volunteers that come in and do drug and alcohol. I'm their driver to their VA appointment.
Well,
now, Chad, go ahead.
Not to mention that you were not allowed to use donated money to purchase land for a 501c3. So you and Google
what happened to all that
purchased
donated money. I was you accused. Yeah,
you and Google purchased that property with your own money. Is the point?
Yes, and for those who don't know, I've made a lot of like assumptions. You know, hey, we'll start a GoFundMe, guys. Remember in the beginning, if you donate, don't ask me what the hell I'm doing. Just donate money. If you trust me. Right, but I don't want to hear 5 months. Oh, what'd you do with my $5 and blah blah blah. You donate because you trust me, not because of anything else. I said that in countless episodes of DV Radio when I was pitching my idea and how this was going to work because most nonprofits fail. So we raised $50,000 in total, and then I went to go use that as a deposit on land. Then it turns out you can't use donated money. You can't use donated money to buy a vehicle, land, anything. Did you know that? I didn't know that when I did it. I know it now. So guess what? The $50,000 sat there, and now I'm up Schitt's Creek because I don't have the property that I needed to be financed through a commercial lender, not your traditional lenders, because I needed a place with 2 buildings, one for an office / my residential quarters, and then a vet house. So we found one, and then they wanted $100,000 liquid cash. I have no problem saying it. You know, you guys know my business. Hey, I'm just a crackhead. You know, I was just homeless. I'm renting a house in Athol, Mass. You know, after being homeless, I finally get a chance I got money from T-shirt sales, and they want $100,000. I'll tell you how we did it. I come up with $100,000 of my own money, me and Google, and we got the property. Yeah. So the nonprofit operates out of there. So yes, going back to, and Google is also the, what are you? Chief Financial She's the chief operating operations and the chief financial officer. So she's that, and you're not a board member anymore. Yeah, and she's not a board member. So she does all the books. And then Andy, the farm manager, is a paid employee. And we can't even afford to pay him out of donations because the donations you guys continue to give just keep the day-to-day operations going from food, fuel, to supplies and all that for the vets. So gets paid out of my pocket, you know? Everything, you know, whatever. It's so easy, Chad said, that, you know, and then I think he said I have vets living in tents on the property. That's insane. So he made the comment. Did you hear this? You guys heard that, right?
Yeah.
So he says, I should put tents in my front yard and drive them to the VA. Well, why don't you do that then, Chad? Chode. That's a good idea, man. We could get even more homeless vets off the street. I don't have my guys living in tents. I mean,
well, yeah, and
surely. Come on, he's had that business now. What is it called? TreatCon 6, TreatCon 5 clothing. He's had it for 2 years. That's about how long I had the DV store, right? And I went out and started this program. He should have enough to buy a few tents now.
Well, yeah, and your occupancy permit on your property only allows you to have so many. So there's a lot of other brothers and sisters out there that need help. So guys like Chad that can afford it really should start supporting brothers and sisters.
Why doesn't he throw tents? If it's that easy, throw some tents up on his property. I mean, he's already operating a business illegally out of his house. I mean, come on. So, yeah. So why doesn't anybody do that? Because there are laws, town laws, this and that. So don't listen to that rhetoric, And if you think just throwing a few tents up, there's VOP, they do that, and it becomes a logistical nightmare. You're in charge of somebody's life. You're responsible for their care. And we don't take that lightly. I'm very experienced in programs, running programs. My resume, I was a farm manager / caseworker prior to doing this for 18.
Did we lose 6?
You have to do intakes, drug tests. Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
We lost you there for a
Hello?
second, 6.
Oh, sorry, I swore it was the first time tonight.
No, you're good.
That's all right. We lost you during it.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, so it's
we heard drug
from
intakes when you came back.
What's that?
We heard drug intakes when you came back.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, it's people like him. I'm glad that he's hating on us because it's gotten me to think about what do people? I say things, but what are they processing? What are they understanding from the picture I'm painting of what's going on? And again, if you're able to, our doors have been open since the June 2015, and it's an open door policy. If we're there, come on down. We do this all the time. Many people do. I'm going to start a logbook and let people sign in. It's very frequent. People come down and see what we're doing all the time. So, the comments about tents and this and that. But I find it very offensive that another vet is attacking, attack me all you want, but leave these guys that are in this program, okay, are a specific breed of homeless. They are the ones that everybody else has fucking given up on. They are the ones that are constantly that have been on the streets, and 30 days, 60-day program is just not working. And for all you hard asses out there, fucking super vets and shit, that's your own fucking fault. Well, if somebody hadn't have done that for me, I wouldn't be here right now.
The thing is, if you don't like one person or one facet of DV, you don't like the shirts or whatever, really running your fucking mouth it doesn't help, because there's a shit ton of other areas of DV. There's a shit ton of volunteers that work with veterans in all different capacities across many different platforms, including Facebook, including DV Radio, including emails, including our forum, dvbarracks.com. There's so many different veteran outreach programs made available by DV, paid for by the T-shirt sales and other items that you can buy. One fucking T-shirt that you don't like is not the be all end all here.
But they liked it when they were working there. Here's a little known fact. When one of the things I noticed as I was doing applications and for the main office, when that's all I had, I would do the application process or interview with employees. There was always, I got great T-shirt ideas. All right, guy. All right. See, here's what I'm going to tell you, like I tell everybody in the organization, because I sell T-shirts. They have great ideas. I don't care. Pitch me anything you got, but I'm just going to tell you right now, 99% of the time, if not 100% of the time, I'm going to shoot it down. All right. Oh, I can handle that. I got tons. Fine. Okay. So, yeah, and he was no different. And unfortunately, that's all I got was T-shirt ideas and all that. And, because he's got a marketing degree.
Really?
Look, Bastion, real quick, great. He was great with customer service, did an awesome job. Unfortunately, some of the stuff that should have come to me never did. And he was reprimanded for that, and it cost the company money and shit.
His sketches and stuff were really cool.
Mm-hmm. He was good, interactive. But, if I've done my homework on him, and I've seen his interviews on cable TV or whatever, and his main goal was to use DV. That was when he came on board. It was When I don't, at what point it developed, but he says it was his goal was to work for DV to get famous. And he don't mention, he said, I'll work for another one, but I just wanted to become famous enough so that I could do my own thing. Maybe not in those words, but that's what he says. So, all right, you know.
Well, I got to piggyback off of what Recoil said about people not liking stuff and all that. I can't tell you how many times, Six, you've been told it, Recoil's been told it. Everyone on this show, Marquis, Google, the other shows from Disgruntled Discussions, Not Another Military Spouse, you name it, have been told how much, not just DV, but if they just found the radio station, how much it helped them. Because of whatever fucking reason. It either saved their fucking life, literally, or it helped them get out of a fucking dark moment. And that's all we want to fucking do. Honestly.
Good point.
If you want to bash on that, you can literally go fuck yourself.
So, and the piggyback, well, not piggyback, but, you know, the page is strictly humor. I don't know, I've noticed it, but a lot of pages that got big have kind of, it's like what Chad said, our mission has changed. No, it hasn't. I went exactly over to the DV page. Our mission is still the same. What is the purpose of the DV page? It's not there as a public, we're not there to perform a service. It's not required or anything. That page is for fucking humor. That is its main fucking thing. And if you look at other pages, they're the ones who have changed. And that's great. I'm not going to mention their names, but they do outstanding work. They started off as a strictly humor page, and it was just as bad as mine. In the trenches, blah, blah, blah. And now they do a lot of good. Unfortunately, though, their growth has slowed and all that. But they've changed. Their mission has changed. They do a lot more of that. Whereas I am adamant, that page is for fucking ha-has only. And the darker, the better. Unfortunately, I'm restricted by Facebook. The farm page, if you notice, doesn't do the same thing as the DV page. And the radio kind of now we're getting there is more of to provide entertainment to you guys, but also to give those that are starting out an advantage by giving them on the air.
Yep. And a lot of our shows now are, other than this show, all of the other shows are either informational and or humorous or one or the other. And that's honestly what it's come to. And like Six said, it gives them a platform.
Yeah.
And on the DV page, like the moderators and stuff, that was formed organically. There were brothers and sisters that were reaching out, so that the moderators became a necessity. And that's why we built that team. And they basically are liaisons. They basically guide brothers and sisters to the appropriate resources that need assistance. Whether it be our own forum or one of our avenues or to other organizations that we know that they qualify for assistance through that organization for whatever it is that they need.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there is all the people. I obviously would not be able to give all these other people in the organization the opportunities that they have. Bo, you happened to be there at the right time. I was ready to shut this shit down. I just didn't need it. I was focused on the farm and the warehouse trying to make money. You came in with no experience, took that over, and look at it now. Recoil, you and the rest of your team have allowed me to get what sleep I can at night, because I know if a brother or sister reaches out in crisis, the page is covered. You know, are we perfect? No. But I would like you to compare us to any other organization, whether you like us or not. And specifically on the farm, on the non-profit, that is a separate organization, just like DV Radio is a separate organization. But where you could call and get unfettered access to their fucking office. Yeah. Come on. Give any, you know, and I'm talking the bigger ones and this and that, or to the little ones. You know, there's over 50,000 veteran-related nonprofits in this country, and you pick DV? Why? Because it's on Facebook. Oh! Because there's more to the veteran community than Facebook, and I'm involved with it. I work with DAV. Our veterans on the page that do the moderating work with a shit ton. And it's not just on Facebook. These are brick-and-mortar nonprofits, you know, that help vets. So it's just because it's on Facebook. If it ain't on Facebook, and plus we got a big target on our back because we got over 1 million followers. So there's that. Also, so couple good notes though. We have a list of SOPs, and code words we use on the DV page, and now we've added a new one. We have a possible Chad, so that's been added to our lexicon. Which will stand for rabid follower hater. Yes, there was a question sent to me. Why did we block Mr. Kozra? He was apparently blocking people left and right on his page. They were actually making good comments. So he was actually coming over, stirring the pot. And I thought I'd do him a public service and block him because obviously we're triggering him too much. So he keeps saying, though, guys, that you wait and see, you wait and see. He has evidence. No reputable news agency or investigative company or whatever, go public and then go, when they ask for evidence, you'll see. You'll see.
Well, that's kind of what the Democrats are doing in Congress right now.
And we just went there.
I was getting ready to say.
Well, that's what the Democrats are doing in Congress.
Just like redefining words as well.
Oh, yeah. Redefining the word dysfunctional and all that. Look,
scam.
Yes. Scam, making people. You're making people spend
$15 on a bag of dicks. Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? I probably agree that $15 is a little steep for a bag of dicks. It should be like $14.99. But you know the price before you buy it. That is not a fucking scam, you idiot. Yeah. But you know what? You can only put so much stock in a guy who clearly his mother's OBGYN performed a cesarean section with a claw hammer.
Do you know how we get accused of, they just want to be thanked for their service and stuff like that? I hear that all the time. Show me, or they start every sentence with, as a veteran. We've accused that on all our posts. We start everything and to drama. We don't have, our page is drama, other than this crap. We don't get into that drama. If you go over there, everything's always a crisis over there. I wouldn't trust somebody that says, hey, we're a scam, DV is a scam, when the same person the day before was like, God damn, I'm going to have to start doing a better job. The money that I've been giving to these guys are not legit. They scam me. I mean, if you don't know how to properly vet people, pal, I don't trust anything about you saying DV's a scam, whatever. Yeah. It's just comical. But going back to thank you for your service, I do have that post from him where he said America, and he put a little thank me for my service thing. I mean, come on. So, and I'm targeting him because I'm specifically calling him out. Let me finish real quick. I'm specifically, for those, this is a bullet statement from me, that the purpose of me calling him out is I've had enough for 2 years, and the straw that broke the camel's back was when he was accusing the DV farm of being nothing but a fucking place for my friends and family to hang out. That's it, pal. That's it. That's when I said enough's enough. Let me just give you a taste of your own. And of course, we get hit. We swing back once, and look at how upset he is. Yes, friends and family. Yes, I live there. It's the only way possible. God, man, give me some of that money from your T-shirt. Oh, you don't have any.
And yes, really quick, Six, just to be clear, all of you are brothers and sisters, friends and family. That's not what he was saying. That's not what he was saying.
No, my friend, and I do consider those homeless vets my friends and family. The first thing in the interview process when they've been accepted is you're part of a family, and if you do fuck up, I'm gonna be, in a traditional program, you got an hour to pack your shit. And I've said this in all the videos and all. It's not the case there. You pack your shit if you fucking want to go swinging on somebody or hurt an animal or bring another vet down. But if it's the typical BS that a regular rehab will kick you out for, it's not going to happen. My relapse prevention policies, your family, it's all based on me. I mean, I was the biggest sneak in programs. I mean, I used to go out on pass and get cocked. I even tell these guys, you can try it with me. I'm going to catch you. But it's like, I want to work with you through your difficulties. There's a reason why no traditional program is working for these guys. And the guys I have there now, yes, we've only helped, only 12 people have come through in 2 years. but I didn't know it was. We needed, according to other people, to do more. For those are 4 guys that are there now that have got an unbelievable amount of sober time. And if you knew anything about rehabs, come compare our numbers. Come look at what we're doing and we're getting results.
No.
You fucking shitbag. You fucking piece of shit. I haven't had fucking homicidal thoughts in years. Been working so hard with my therapist, and you fucker have really pushed me. God, I didn't want to say that. I just,
Well, Tree Hugger did bring up a really good point. We are a bit sexist because we don't have a bag of vaginas.
We're sexist now. We don't have a bag of vaginas.
We've been down this road so many times.
Said.
There we go.
There you
go. We've been down this road so many times, and we've even discussed it. Like we don't call people out. We don't retaliate.
Yeah.
A lot of times we've even educated and had people turn around that just, but dysfunctional veterans, that sounds horrible till you talk to them a little bit and then they start to understand that, we really are a niche for veterans that are at their low point. For
you're not going to go to the Super Vet page because all they preach there is
how fucking great they are.
Well, not just that, but how everybody's a Superman.
Yeah. Yeah. Radio has its haters, DV has its haters, but it's like I told Recoil, it would be like me saying something about his wife. You just don't go there. The farm, it got us all.
Just brought that up.
6.
He brought my wife up again. They also were so vicious.
Yeah.
And even before we had the farm, but as we were launching the farm, we got married, and we had it on the property. I only had one vet living there, maybe 2. But they hacked into her wedding registry. They did disrespectful things to my wife, wife. These guys are the lowest of lows. There's a lot of things you folks don't know about that I don't go to the page every time they do something, but they've done some purely evil fucking below the belt shit. And I always say, I had to, there were people foaming at the mouth that do a lot of things in our organization to go after these folks, and they've been ratcheted down and tied down because that's just not like Recoil was saying. But listen, if you got, while we're still on this, we're going to still be talking about a couple minutes, but you guys that are in the chat, all 2 of you, no, just kidding. If anybody has a question right now about anything, because it ain't often I'm out past 9:42.
Serious questions too.
But Bedlam said it right in the chat. Sometimes it takes an addict to know an addict. But
there's been a couple of times on this particular individual's post that I have seen a troll account come on and say, "Oh yeah, I used to be a fan of DV till I saw them turn away my brother, blah blah blah." Bull fucking shit. I'm going to call you out right there on the fucking spot. No one has ever been turned away from the DV page for any kind of help ever.
Yeah.
No, they make up their own thing, and plus they're doing that to string along. But look, the moderators on that page are not there to be your counselor, or not your caseworker. They're there to triage. You come and say, "Hey, I need help in this and that." They're not going to write you a check. Unfortunately, there's a percentage of people who just pay my GoFundMe and I'm happy. No, they're going to triage you. If you're suicidal, they're going to get battle and distress involved. All the way down to, hey, I'm having trouble. I don't know what to do. My bills aren't getting paid. I can't get oil. I got diapers I need. Those guys are going to go, while you're unable to think clearly, they're going to go to their database and assist you with the next best possible thing that can get you on the road to some assistance.
And it's everything from being as simple as just a few encouraging words, because that's all some people need, but also other organizations that, I have a job and I'm having trouble getting to work, we know people that can get you gas cards so that you can get to work. There's just a plethora of things out there. The hard part is finding out who can do what for you and what do you qualify for based on your time and service and your discharge status. But we will never turn you away. No.
So listen, here's a good question on the farm. I'm answering questions. If you have any, put them in the chat. This is live broadcast right now, but if you're listening to it,
I was getting ready to go off with these questions for you.
So, is there any future plans for females? Here's the deal. Okay, right now, within what I have established for fixtures, with the one house, no females there. The goal is, the immediate goals are to keep the place fully funded and all that, and then as money builds up, I would like to purchase. There's a couple of ways we can fork off. If I was to get another place and start taking females in, stop and ask yourself, all right, let's say I do another 5 people and I can take in 5 females. At what point, just like with the men, what female veterans do I take? Because there are ones who, if it's strictly just like the men, single, no kids, drugs and alcohol, then yes. But unfortunately, I'd be turning away. Most females come with more complicated issues than the men, from sexual MS, military sexual trauma, to all kinds of things, abuse. And I would need that fully staffed. I definitely have plans that I want to address that. If somebody wants to leave me the money, I would be on it. Also, there's also the second phase of DV Farm. The concept is once they're ready to move on, but still not fully ready. But listen, it's time to move off the farm where you have more of your own independence. I'd like to purchase a building in Keene, New Hampshire, and they would have their own room, and it would be supervised to some extent, but they'd have to work or get a job, go to job. Damn it, work, go to school, or volunteer. It's not just, you live there.
Essentially a halfway house after the rehab.
Yes, a halfway house, but with a DV touch. And when I say DV touch, I mean, look, your traditional programs, they're bound by, just like not politics, PC shit. Listen, no PC with me. When you come there, I'm going to tell you how it is. You're fucking up, you're fucking up. All right? It's like a lot of things would curl the toes of traditional counselors and caseworkers. It works. And when they get to a halfway house, same thing. Every vet that comes through here tells me about all the other programs they left. And the ones I was in, there's always drugs there. There's always this going on. Or they don't. No, it's not going to happen. But the thing about the DV halfway house is, if they fuck up there, which they, good chance they will, they don't get kicked to the street again. I can recycle them back to the farm, and they don't lose all the progress. That's what I'm trying to do. Is those guys, I want to get them from the street back on their own. And these guys are doing it. And yes, they're unsupervised. It's purposely, the farm is designed not to be micromanaged. If you want a fucking shitload of caseworkers and staff and all that, go to the VA. Go to the fucking VA. We don't play that shit here. You're a grown-ass man that's got drug and alcohol problems. We all do. You're not going to be micromanaged. You're going to be independent while you're at the farm. Why? Well, one, I don't have the staff to do that. And go see number 2. Go to the VA if you need that. But a lot of these guys want to demonstrate that they're not retarded, stupid, that they can do these things, that they can handle power tools and all this, So that's why our program works. That independent fucking.
I know you brought this up. You're fine. I know you brought it up on the show before, but Spooky Cat also asked, do you want or need an on-site counselor?
You send me an email with your phone number. The answer is yes. I would love that. That would allow me to remove the hat off of me and put it on you. But because let me tell you something. Little known fact. I'm taking the problem children, and it takes me 90 days of constant one-on-ones almost every other day with individuals, because it's rough when you're coming off of drugs and alcohol, and I am that person. And that takes priority over all my other fucking work on DV, from doing marketing campaigns to my own personal time. Yes, send me an email. Send me an email with your short background. And what I'm going to do is not communicate with you via email. I will call you, and then we'll set up an appointment.
That's it.
Because DV6 cannot type.
No, he can't. That's info@dvfarm.org. She also asked when the next big event is, 6.
Yeah, well, I'm going to cover that right at the end of this segment. Okay. I just want to get through the questions first.
Anybody else?
I will say, I have mad respect for these guys that are going through the program because, God, I know how hard it was for me, and it still is, just to quit fucking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Do you know? It's been almost a year since a relapse happened at the farm.
That's awesome.
Relapses happen all the time in these programs. Yes, we've had up to 5 people. We have 5 people. You would think it would happen more. I've got one man with over 2 years, one man with over a year, and another guy that absolutely had nowhere fucking head, almost everybody comes from out of state. I've only had 2 local guys ever come through the program. So, but yeah, it is tough, Recoil. It's really, really hard. And those first 90 days, are really hard. I tell everybody coming through my door applying, when they're all gung-ho, I'm serious about my sobriety. I go, good for you, guy, but you know what? Chances you being here at the end of I tell this right to their face. Chances of you being here by the end of the month, or like less than 50%. No, but I'm serious this time. No, I'm all for it. But come tell me that in 30 days. And you know what? We lose a good chunk of them that first 30 days because that's how fucking bad this shit is, guys.
I gotta say, Six. I gotta say, Six. I know we brought this up too on the shows before, but a lot of the bashers say we don't understand addiction. 99% of us that are either moderating here at the show or whatever have had to deal with either addiction personally or addiction through family and friends, and we know what the fuck addiction is. I mean,
yes, I
really fucking know. I went through 2 weeks of fucking hell of that shit.
Yes, we do. But what do I get out of it? I ask myself that sometimes. But the ones that tug at my heart is like watching guys that have had everything. They've burnt every fucking we all know about burning bridges. We're DV. You want a dysfunctional veteran? Burn every fucking bridge you got, pal. Because that's some of us have done that. But watching these guys rebuild their life, and then they get because their family has heard this over and over. Oh, I'm doing better this time. And why doesn't my family accept me? I've been here 30 days. I'm trying. I got guy. Just because you've been clean 30 days, how long have you been drinking? 20 years. Yeah, well, they've heard this before. Maybe in 6 months. Maybe in a year. Maybe they'll never accept you. But whose fault is that? See, they don't do that in a tradition. Listen, stop fucking crying. Anyhow, let me finish real quick. So watching a guy reconnect with his daughter or son or his mother or father is the best. After all these years, and they come up to visit. And I'm like, they're like, I haven't seen my dad in 10 years. I haven't talked to him. I'm like, see? That's because of all of you guys out there that have made this possible,
Really quick, I don't know which order you want to answer these, but one is, what do you guys need, want, what's on the wish list? And the next one is, what would happen to the DB farm if anything happened to you?
It's a it has full board members. Unfortunately, though, if something happened to me, it would be pretty in danger of shutting down because without the money part, it's the amount of hours that I cover for all the different staff positions that I was joking about in the beginning of the show, like the 24-hour staff and stuff like that. But the biggest one would be the caseworker on site, because we have the farm manager to manage the men, the expert on the drugs and alcohol part and the expert on the, dealing with the problem children. You really got to have patience with these guys. You got to believe in them. And that would be the biggest danger. And then of course the second one would be money, because in the beginning with all the donations and everything, if it wasn't for the T-shirt sales propping up the farm, I mean, I still cover the property taxes and the fuel points, and then everything if like donations fall short a month. So, but no, that's about it. I'm working on a contingency plan. My goal is for the farm to be in another give me 3 more years. I hope to have it self-sufficient and to have people on payroll by then, so. All right. So there was another good question in there.
Yeah. What do you need or want, and what's on the wish list for the farm? And then I've got one more after that.
Other than, you guys with the cash have allowed us, we need lumber right now big time. The men are building a Quonset hut, which is going to allow us, that barn still, the fucking red tape, we haven't gotten the barn up. So we used the money that we still had left over from that big check to buy a Quonset hut, which they're assembling. If you go to the page, you can see some of the progress. We're going to put stalls in there. We're going to move the horses from the farm that we're renting space from, that the men go to for their equine therapy. We're going to move the horses to DV Farm in Gilsum, put them in the Quonset hut, and then we're going to redesign the blueprints and resubmit it and make a bigger barn over time. So right now we need, I'll send an email to ENG@dvfarm.org if you can donate lumber. People have called Home Depot and had it delivered. I don't know, whatever. But Andy is the ENG, Echo November Golf, ENG@dvfarm.org. He can tell you exactly what he needs for wood supplies, because they got to build, there's a lot of lumber involved to build the stalls. And then we're going to need the posts and 2x4s for the fence posts to make all these corrals and paddocks. So that's the biggest priority. And then I need a passenger van. There's one at a dealership lot that I've got the financials, the paperwork. It's $20,000 if somebody wants to. So that way I can start transporting. I can get a driver to start transporting the vets to their appointments in AA and stuff. The other one is the swag or the DV gear for the farm. We have the coins, and from time we've offered shirts. We're going to redo it. Maybe this year with Long Dong working the main office, he can help me design some new products. But the farm coin is a good way. You buy that farm coin. Other than the cost, the bulk of that purchase money goes into the kitty for DV Farm directly. So that's a good way. If you don't have a coin, get one.
One more question, if anybody's got it. 6.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm up tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One more, and then we'll take a break so everybody can go piss and
I'll
shit.
do my announcements, yeah.
Yeah, while he starts his announcements, if anybody has one more question, get it out there, and we'll answer it before we go to break. Yep, I'm going to guess not. 6, you want to say anything before we go to break? Or
So here's for the farm and anything. If you're in the New Hampshire area next month, stop in at the oh God, let me stamp.
You gave Bedlam my 13 coin?
You told him? No, we're kidding. I told to bring that up in chat. Just mention offhandedly that you got coin number 13. Watch his head explode.
Right. You knew you fucking baited me hook, line, and sinker too. You know what? Honestly, if there was any of the mods that I would allow to have it, it would be Bedlam. That individual has blown me away since they've been working with us.
PTSDog, Bedlam, all those people that showed up, that stayed on the property, intense. Maybe that's where he is spy. I see Bet's living intense. Anyhow, they come up there to spend time with me and let me, I had so much. I felt Bedlam was there for like 5 days. And the most time I spent with her was the hour before she left. She come in my office, says, I got to go. And I stopped what I was doing, turned around, and I am so sorry because it's insane. If you come up there and see,
don't.
Again, I really appreciate you coming up. It was good to have you and your dog, and I was happy to show you around. I really apologize for not having.
Yeah, don't feel bad, Bedlam, because there's times like 6 multiple times has come and stayed at my shop. And there for a day or even 2, and we'd never really had more than 20 minutes to talk the entire fucking time.
Yeah, we don't have time to sit on a porch and make videos or, borrow money from a disabled vet because you're broke with 3 incomes and a T-shirt company, and then you go buy a new roof for your thing. and not pay the guy back. Yeah, I know about that too, Chad. So listen up. Here we go. All right, save the date on August 14th through the 19th at the Pine Grove Springs Golf Course in Spofford, New Hampshire. They're going to be hosting a $1 million hole-in-one contest and a $25,000 putting contest. This is sponsored by the Monadnock Radio Group and benefits the DV Farm. If you go to the DV Farm page now, you can click on that event tab, tell them whether or not you're going, but it will be open from 2 to 7 on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then Saturday from 11 to 3 in the afternoon. Then it closes, and then on Sunday, anybody that made the qualifying will go there, and 5 people will get a shot at $1 million hole-in-one putt or swing, and then the $25,000 putting contest will happen. This is a great time to go check out beautiful New Hampshire. You can stop by any time. It's a couple bucks to take a swing. Our vets from the DV Farm will be out there assisting you, so you can interact with my friends and family. They're your friends and family too, as they're veterans. And that's at the Pine Grove Springs Golf Course on Route 9A in Spofford, New Hampshire. Okay, so that's really big. We're really looking forward. We're gonna have a good time out there. They have a bar. They have a snack bar. Restaurant. And it's right there on Spofford Lake. It's beautiful. So go check that out. Also, we will be in August at the Comic-Con event in Boston. The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are hosting a booth, and they're going to be raising money for DV Farm at the Comic-Con. And a couple of my vets have scored free tickets, and they'll be down there on, I forget the exact date, but it's in August. If you Google it, you can find out. And then at the end on Labor Day, DV Farm is hosting its first annual Labor Day yard sale, where anybody and everybody if anybody wants to set up a table, send me an email to info@DV Farm, and we're going to advertise this, and we're going to have a yard sale over the Labor Day weekend. The vets, if they have anything, will have their own table. The DV Farm will have its own table. Google will have a table because she's got so much crap I want her to get rid of. But we have that. And then in Springfield, in September, during the Big E, what do you call those fairs? The Big E is what it's called in Western Mass. You can Google that. We will be down there one day during the Howie Carr Show live broadcast. So that's what's going on right now. There's a lot.
Awesome. So if that wasn't enough information for you, if you also shop on Amazon.com, go to smile.amazon.com instead. Make DV Farm your charity of choice, and when you check out, a portion of your shopping cart goes directly to the DV Farm. No hidden fees or extra costs, and it all goes to the DV Farm. Again, that's smile.amazon.com. Make DV Farm your charity of choice. If that's all for right now, 6, Recoil will go to break, let you guys go do your stuff.
Yeah,
I'm just patiently waiting the threat content village.
Hey, after I say this, Bo, do what you got to do. But if anybody has any advice for me, I'd be gladly taking it if I could do anything better, or if I'm doing something wrong. Please, I'm all ears. I would like nothing better than make this run even better. I don't know, what else to do. I just want to please everybody. Aww. Can't we all just be friends? All right, it's all yours, Bo. I'm gonna go pee.
All right. We'll be back after this break. Sorry that it's taken so long, but we needed to get that cleared up. And you are tuned in to Barracks Talk right here on WDVR, DVRadio.net. We'll see you on the other side.
DV Radio.
My name is David Libby.
This business, you have to work your ass off for nothing most of the time, and you have to want to do it.
Welcome to Contraband. Our guest is Chris Brother Latham, Jeff Vicente, Johnny Cornwall. He's the band of SOSRA, and I get to cackle on there every now and then. Well, the guy that owns the Chinese food place, his name is Art.
DV Radio.
I don't give 1 fuck, 2 fucks, red fucks, blue fucks by Kevin Nordstrom. Narrated by Poochie Poo.
today is the day. Oh yes, I'm in luck. For today is the day. I just don't give a fuck. I've run out of fucks. I tell you it's true. It doesn't matter to me if they're red fucks or blue. I don't give a fuck whether I'm here or I'm there. I don't give a fuck if you're mauled by a bear. I don't give a fuck about the whats or the who's. And I don't give a fuck that I drink too much booze. What's that you say? Oh, you still give a fuck? Well, I have 5 words for you.
I don't give a fuck.
I may not give a fuck for the rest of my life. It would certainly keep me from lots of pain and some strife. So goodbye to my fucks wherever you went. I'd say you'd be missed, but even that fuck's been spent.
DV Radio.
Ever shop online at smile.amazon.com? Why not give back to the DV Farm by making it your charity of choice? No extra fees or hidden costs, and a portion of your purchase goes directly towards the DV Farm, located in Gilsum, New Hampshire, and helping to continue its mission. That's smile.amazon.com, and be sure DV Farm is your charity of choice. For more information about the DV Farm, please go to dvfarm.org. You're listening to WDVR on dvradio.net. As you heard in the break, Contraband is all new. We've got Chris Brother Latham, lead guitar from Beasto Blanco. Wonderful fucking guy. I talked to him personally. David Libby from warriorservice.org and SOSRAband.com interviewed him. He is the host of that show. David Libby is. Please listen to it. If you didn't hear it at 8 p.m. tonight, it will be at 23:30, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight after Barracks Talk. It's a wonderful fucking interview. You guys have an awesome fucking show next week, next month of Contraband with a really special guest. I can't divulge details right now, but be ready for that. And, yeah, you're tuned into Barracks Talk right here on dvradio.net. On Boner Wood, we got Recoil 6, I believe, is still with us. There is no Google or Marquee tonight. I guess they just said, fuck it. DV6 took 2 weeks off. Why the fuck can't we? So, that's how that came about. How you guys doing? How you doing during the, commercial there?
I'll talk first. Dead air.
Good, because I have a mouthful of crackers.
No, Jim, guys.
Is that... I'm not going there.
God damn it, Bo. Give me 20 more seconds.
Any other time you would be waiting on me to bring us back to the show.
Well, I just want you to know that I wasn't muted for the first 20 seconds, and I looked and double checked, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm not muted." Before I went all crazy in my mobile office there.
Look, good, because I'd have shut you down, bitch.
So I am not in New Hampshire right now.
What?
I am in what town is this?
He doesn't even know where he's at.
I know we're just a town. New York isn't a town, dumbass.
New York City is.
Starts with a W. We're by the Finger Lakes, Lake Seneca.
So what? You're getting out of tents and into campers?
You make me laugh. Yeah, that this thing's been playing. It's that yearly. We usually do the yearly road trip, which so we're a couple 100 miles away. It's usually at some point during the road trip, we connect with Google's side of the family, and they fly in and drive in, and they all meet for once a year for about a week. And then that's during our road trip, or at the beginning or the end. And this year, that's all I'm doing because I got to get back to the farm, and there's just so much going on with all the construction and stuff. Uh-oh. What?
Sorry, I just saw a joke.
What's the laugh after?
Packing more shit than a sailor on leave.
That's awesome.
My God.
I found out why I got banned again for the Rosie O'Donnell meme, because it had the word dyke in it, and I didn't pay attention to that.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it has to be. You can't get banned for making fun of somebody being fat and being rosy. So
I am the walrus.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Oh, I got to give a huge shout out to Tree Hugger and Oink. Tree Hugger donated for the Not Another Military Spouse show, which is brought to you by Tree Hugger all this month. Oink, as always, man, I can't give him enough fucking credit. He donated again this month. Barracks Talk is again brought to you by Mr. DB Oink. If you want to donate to DB Radio, go to dbradio.net. Scroll down all the way down to the bottom. There's a blue button that says Donate Now. Click it. It can be one time or it can be reoccurring. And that's how you do that.
Right. Oink is donating so much we can all quit our day jobs. Be like Oink.
Oink is another 4-letter word. Hey, speaking of 4-letter words, just real quick, I just want to give a shout out that I did pay attention to the comments during the mudslinging event of this past few days. And people like Jonathan Wright and DV Rape Whistle. What's his real name? Matt Paul. People like that. And there were quite a few others that were out there. And then just all the people that I never seen so many people like do it in ways I couldn't do, like present arguments. Because as you know, I've had multiple head injuries. I'm not the most articulate person. When it comes to typing, I fail because my left hand is dicked up. It's crippled. But watching you guys keep it classy and presenting your arguments, I was truly impressed. I was like, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. But it wasn't like hate shit. It was like truly constructive.
Speaking of keep it classy, Bedlam says, fuck a duck, I'm going to have to remember to call them side cutters.
What's a side cutter?
Dykes.
Oh, never heard that.
Made him spit. That's good.
And wood screws, Mart. You broke it again. At the camper, a board just fell off the roof. Yeah. I'm sending a picture. Don't touch it.
What the fuck kind of Beverly Hillbillies camper are you in that has boards?
So
Recoil.
I'm out there securing the perimeter, and she's inside securing, the Pogues. Oh, remind me of Pogue. Just say Pogue when I get done with this conversation. So here you go. This just happened. You can put it in on. All right, it took it. Now, how do you forward it? Okay, hold on. Where's that little button? Do I send it to radio? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not talking to you, Google. You're breaking it.
So talking about shit falling off the camper, Recoil, the first time he comes to my house, he goes, Bo, do you have like a big sheet of metal or something you can put in this hole in my camper? I'm like, what? He opens up where the supplies goes in the front lower half of the camper, moves a piece of it's like a piece of shit metal, and there's this big fucking hole in the camper. And I'm like, dude.
Now, I want to be clear on things. The vets know. Do what I say, not as I do. How I live is not how the vets. They have a first-class house. Anybody that's been on a tour through that veteran's residence, they have beautiful hardwood floors. There are no holes. It is very clean. It is squared the fuck away. But when it comes to my shit, yeah, no.
You're lucky if you have all your wheels by the time you get to where you're going.
Yeah.
DB6 is the way DB6 lives. He looks like a college kid trying to finance for ramen noodles. Like,
not bad. So, Pogue, I was rewatching my live video, and at some point I was giving credit to all the volunteers, and I says, and let me say, and then I got into my wife because he was attacking her too, and I got a little angry. And I says, let me tell you, she might be a fucking Pogue, but she was administrative specialist in the military, and she's the one that does, she wears the hat of, who's going to take care of all the bills and process and all that. the mountain of the paperwork that comes with a fucking organization, let alone a for-profit. Oh yeah, let me just take some money and steal it. I'd have fucking accountants and lawyers up my ass because we pay them to, do all the whatever, the accounting and auditing and blah, blah, blah. So, but I says, Google, I called her a pogue. So one of the comments was, it was the best comment. I sent it in management chat. It was like, he just called his wife a pogue. Was that what he said? He just called his wife a pogue. Awesome. Did he just call his wife a pogue? Yeah. I love that. We actually, Google and I, that was during all that hate, actually had some time together. We watched a video together and laughed. We were having quality time. We don't get that in the last few months. The only time I get to see Google is when we sit down for chow. We try to make that 1 hour just ours for chow. And even then, that fucking radio, you hear it, it goes off even on live videos. It's awesome.
You know what's
I just
funny?
wanted to say, you guys did do a hell of a job with the comments. You made me laugh like you always do.
People think we joke about, the radio going off and the phones going off. Every time I call you on Skype, within 5 minutes, the phone rings and the fucking vet radio goes off every goddamn
I've
time.
left you out on the porch.
Yes. Yes.
I kept getting sidetracked. I go, shit, I left Bo outside.
Yep. Every fucking time. It's fucking...
I love it.
Well, honestly, at this point, any veteran whose wife served, his wife was a pogue.
True.
Because they haven't even been allowed to be infantry long enough to have actually completed a term.
Yeah.
Dude, but there was somebody sent me a screenshot of a guy. He says, I'm at that where they have the first females going through infantry basic, and this kid was hitting on her, and she told him, "Shut up, you fucking pogue."
I fucking love it.
Unless you're a Canadian female vet, they got to do combat MOSs.
I do have to say one thing, like these veteran community fucking loudmouths. Once you're out, don't try to pull rank. It just makes you sound like an idiot. There's fucking specialists and privates out there that can buy and sell you and everything you fucking own and employ multiple employees.
Tonto.
Yeah.
Was another. I respect that man. I'm a fucking pogue, big time, and compared to him, come on. But he is the most down to earth person, that I know, and it's like, yeah. So, and the page, look, and that's what I always thought we were kind of unique in the beginning when I decided to, to start this humor-based page. I went, calling it dysfunctional veterans, it's not dysfunctional Army vets or Gulf War vets or, wire extraordinaire. Oh man, yeah. I just thought of something was said on a video about kicking indoors.
10 years ago, I was deploying to Iraq, and we were all talking about how dysfunctional we were.
They don't take people in wheelchairs.
Right? We actually used the word dysfunctional. Even our commander called us dysfunctional assholes during a meeting one day. I mean, this was before you even came up with the page. So...
What if somebody wants to come meet you, Bo, and you're wearing a shirt that says, "Stay back 100 meters"? What kind of message are you sending to civilians?
Hey,
I'm going to get that on my... Sorry.
I can still hear you loud and clear from 100 meters away.
Right?
Well, what if they're wearing one of your shirts, Chad? Oh, this guy bought something from him.
I should get the stay back stuff on my wheelchair and power chair, so when I go out.
How come it's okay for everybody else to make crazy, insane shirts or posting crazy, insane videos of them, and they are vets, and it's a vet page doing the most insane, stupid shit? That's okay.
Buy a T5 shirt that says "Respect me for my meaningless rank."
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, no joke.
Yeah,
well, like our shirts say "Thank me for my service." Yeah.
Yeah.
But Yeah. So we got all kinds of news going on that I think we should cover. One is up your alley. I'd like to just get your thoughts on it, Recoil. Was this thing about the it's a start on the guys that got taxed on their retirement money or whatever, their separation money?
Yes.
135,000. I think it's a lot more than that are going to get that money back.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'd like you to just touch on it briefly, but if somebody, we've had more people contact me, even at the farm, that they're about to be homeless and they don't want to apply for the farm, but they just were looking for help. They're being garnished for the bonus money, or they're being paid whatever. They're going after their disability money or whatever.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more common, and I really think it's a misinterpretation of what the rules are on the part of DFAS as to whether or not people are eligible for CRDP. But in any case, what we're seeing a lot of is people that are receiving disability through the VA, but were also retired on the Army side, medically retired on the Army side, particularly if they don't have 20 years of service, or if they were a reservist or National Guard. Whenever they get their retirement orders, they're ordered to file forms that start their retirement pay. Well, then they're receiving retirement pay and disability concurrently, and are left under the impression that they're supposed to be. This can go on for years, and then they come back. DFAS comes back and tries to get them for overpayment of tens of thousands of dollars. So if you head over to our forum, dvbarracks.com, there is a thread over there specifically talking about that. There are some people on there that are actively working on this situation, and they really need and want to hear and see your stories. Everything from exactly how you feel that it all added up to that, to what it has cost you financially, and as far as damaged credit and whatnot. Because when they tell you, they send you a bill for $25,000, which you obviously can't just fucking pay. If you screw up at all on getting that paid back, they go after your credit and destroy your credit. And now not to mention your debt to income ratio now shows this $20,000, $17,000 whatever dollar debt on your debt to income ratio. So it can even affect somebody that's trying to buy a home. So this is serious shit.
Did he mute out?
What?
We were waiting on you, Six.
I just got an update. Google said the reason why she won't be doing news is because she had to keep running me to the ER, and she's just tired.
Oh, she's had a week.
You've had a week, they said. Right?
Yeah, and someone has been interrupting for her.
So I guess I've been interrupting her. I'm like interrupting. Oh, so she said, yeah, true, but still, do you want me to do your news? There's always news.
I've got a news thing. I've got something for news. So everybody knows Sacha Baron Cohen, the guy that done Borat and stuff like that. Okay,
yep.
He's got a new Showtime special coming out where he goes around to people and he's making it seem like he's an American vet. We all know who this guy is. He's fucking hilarious, right? He goes to Sarah Palin and makes a fucking mockery of her, she says, because her fucking business manager can't take the time to figure the fucking guy out, and said it made her look fucking horrible. I mean, she's blasted him like it's the end of the world. And she said, no veteran should have to suffer with these jokes. He is not a comedian. And I'm like, really? Show me one veteran that has been hurt by anything he's ever done. Show me one veteran who doesn't like what he's done.
Well, there's been what do you call it? Backlash, because he was impersonating just on the back of a disabled vet or something, or impersonating a disabled vet.
Well,
but yeah, that's in the news. I'm going through. There was something else really big we need to cover. I'm looking at my links now. Damn Google and her days off. God, how come I'm the only one you can count on, Bo, when it comes to doing this show? Oh, yeah. Really? Oh, did you hear? The Army's revamping its EIB, the Expert Infantryman's Badge testing. Did you guys know that? Oh, you're not infantry. Excuse me. So the Army's planning to rewrite the book on the EIB by September. And there's a bunch of soldiers in a pilot program at Benning. And they recently tested the changes to requirements for the badge, which include revamps of the proficiency of indirect fire, moving under fire, grenade use, and medical care under fire. And I think it's those. If anybody's taking the EIB, you can do all the other stations. It's something like 40 stations. And you can only fail on 2, and then you have to retest and get a go in order to get this EIB. But when you do indirect fire or moving under fire, or throwing the grenade, it's the luck of the man. You know, the luck of whether the guy shooting at you gets a chance and hits you, you know, and whether you get that EIB. I bet you that's what they're changing. Most of the changes are aimed at better standardizing the test. Yeah.
Oh, I really want to.
Oh, they got to execute 30 tasks. They must have really made it a little easier then.
I really want to.
EIB, whatever. Yeah, but I got an EIB too, bro.
What's that? They have to execute 30 terrorists.
That's what I thought he said.
No.
But I really want to talk about Good Morning Vietnam, Adrian Cronauer, who died at 79 this week.
All right, you do that one, and then I'll listen, and then I've got another one.
Well, I thought that you had a news article about him.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah, he was 79. I remember that. And the movie that Robin Williams played in, which, by the way, dickwad Pat Sajak from Wheel of fucking Fortune thinks he was goddamn inspiring for that movie, is fucking an asshole. It was inspired by Adrian Cronauer, Good Morning Vietnam.
I never heard that it was the other guy, but here's the official. He's Pittsburgh-born inspiration for Good Morning Vietnam. He was at 79. Adrian, who inspired Robin Williams' Academy Award-winning nominated role in the film Good Morning America, died. His family members confirmed on Thursday. He died Wednesday in Virginia after suffering from a long illness. Mary Muse, the wife of his stepson, said he was 79. He was an Air Force DJ, spent 21 years in television, advertising, teaching, and freelancing before going into law. He later served as an advisor in the Pentagon. Adrian had lived for years in Virginia, but he grew up in western Pennsylvania. The son of a steelworker and a teacher, Cronauer spent his childhood in Pittsburgh's Homewood neighborhood in the eastern suburb of Penn Hills, when it was known as Penn Township. Before enlisting in the Air Force, Cronauer attended the University of Pittsburgh. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but he said he founded Pitt's radio station. Pitt didn't have a broadcasting major, so the closest he could come was a major speech where I'd be helping cure lips and stutters. He could help me. So he dropped out and went to work for an ad agency for about a year, then went into an American University, which offered him a broadcasting degree. During his service as a U.S. Air Force sergeant in Vietnam in 65 and 66, Cronauer opened his Armed Forces radio show with, we all know it, Good Morning Vietnam. He made the refrain famous in an 87 film loosely based on Cronauer's time in Saigon. No. Quote unquote, he said, yes, I did try to make it sound more like a stateside station, he told the AP. Yes, I did have problems with news censorship. Yes, I was in a restaurant shortly before the VC hit it. And yes, I did start each program by yelling Good Morning Vietnam. Cronauer said he didn't meet Williams during the movie's filming because director Barry Levinson didn't want the two of them interacting. That's weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Oh, Robin was an intuitive mimic, Cronauer told the Tribune. Levinson was concerned that if the two met while they were still filming, Robin would subconsciously do an impression of me. When we were introduced after the movie was finished, Robin said, I'm glad to finally meet you. I said, I'm glad to finally meet you too. So after the release of the film, the two exchanged holiday cards, and in 91, Cronauer was among 30 300 invitees to Robin Williams' 40th birthday. Cronauer described feeling gobsmacked when he learned Williams hanged himself in his California residence in 2014. Anyhow, Cronauer says, he describes himself as a bit of an ironclast, as Robin Williams was in the film. You know how they in the film it's portrayed as he's anti-war, basically.
Yep.
You guys remember that? The former military DJ, yeah. But I was not anti-military. This is Adrian. He says, I was not anti-military or anti-establishment. I was anti-stupidity. And you certainly do run into a lot of stupidity in the military. I can vouch for that. Can you guys?
Yeah. Well, you got to think around that time too, and it's a lot in Full Metal Jacket where Stanley Kubrick wanted it portrayed as well. During that time, a lot of people were against any war of any kind, so that's why it was portrayed like that, which is fucked up. I'm going to admit that.
Cronauer was also a Mensa member and a self-professed lifelong card-carrying Republican. In 1992, H.W. Bush re-election campaign taped a TV ad slamming Clinton's draft record. In the ad, Cronauer accused Clinton of lying. He supported Bob Dole's unsuccessful bid in 96 and George Bush's successful re-election in 2004. Cronauer worked in communication law before moving on to handle prisoner of war issues for the Pentagon. I don't know what the date is on that. Probably after 2004. His family members have asked that in lieu of flowers. Thank you.
Liu? What the fuck?
Whatever. That's how I say it in my head. In lieu, like toodaloo, of flowers, people may pay their respects by making a donation to a non-profit organization that support veterans. That's all it says. And what I read was from American Military News, the Air Force section. Yeah, thank you to the DV who posted that to the visitor side. That reminded me that I had this. I wanted to get it up on the wall. I appreciate that. He was a vet.
Just so everybody knows, that at the beginning, that was actually Adrian Cronauer. Just so everybody knows, that was an actual recorded bit while he was in Vietnam. Just so you all know.
And just so everybody knows, Bo's referring to the opening title sequence of Barracks Talk.
Yes, that's correct.
And the time is now 22:37, and I am still here with you.
Every time I hear the number 37, all I can think about is Clerks, the original. And they're standing there, and this guy's like, I had a girlfriend who sucked 37 dicks, and the other guy goes, in a row?
In a row?
In a row?
All at once.
All right. We need to talk about this. I heard that, I don't know the latest, and I'm not going to read the whole article, but a teen vandal destroys memorial of fallen Navy SEAL Lieutenant Michael Murphy. And as you know, Marcus Luttrell offered a reward. Do you guys know about that story?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do not know. I could Google it real quick, but that would interrupt the flow of the show. And you know, here at TV Radio, we do not like to do that. But Marcus Luttrell did put out a thing where he had offered. Well, he said he'd match the reward to find the lowlife coward who vandalized Murphy's memorial. But I did say they were offering up to $2,500, and so if he, you could get up to $5,000 if you know. Turn the fucker in.
Well, they did. It turned out to be some 14-year-old kid.
No.
And it's a damn shame. I bet you the kid just would. I don't know if he's a good kid or bad kid, but stupid shit. I mean, in the day, it's in this day and age.
You know what's
famous by that guy?
Well, it's funny. We were talking the other day because somebody that my cousin actually works at the Dollar Tree at night, and this woman's kids were just going around the fucking store, opening toys, throwing shit on the ground and all. And we got to talking about, when we were growing up, we were afraid to go 1 foot away from our parents if we were out because we knew our ass would get beat. Like, you didn't touch nothing, you didn't walk away. And now it's just like, oh, let them have free reign. Fuck it. Don't tell my kid what to do. I'll do that. The government does that.
Well, and 14 is one of them ages, too, where, like, I mean, some of them you could legitimately say, look, this is just an ignorant child, but other ones are actually fucking dealing drugs and pimping hoes.
Yeah.
Like, at the age of 14, their life experience can be drastically different from one to the next.
Oh, yeah. And don't give me that bullshit, well, maybe his household was broken. I don't give two flying fucks. You know what? We all come from broken fucking homes. Let me tell you that right fucking now, Mr. and Mrs. All right? So don't give me that bullshit. Oh, it was the way he was growed up. What? Fuck you. Go suck a dick while you're at it. 37 of them if you can. Hey, Recoil, how'd you like that joke about the fat vagina earlier?
It was swell.
I'm trying to find a good bit to put it in, but I just don't think it's ever going to happen. It's like the comeback off your sister's face. That I finally got to use against that guy. That was fucking awesome. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I don't know why not 47 Snafu. It's one of those things. Just to give you some context about that comeback joke, because I know someone's going to ask. Someone had said something about fucking somebody, and I was like, I was going to have a comeback, but it's on your sister's face. So, it's somewhere on the DV radio page. I don't know where it's at. Probably going to get banned for that one now.
No, please don't. Please.
Yeah, that's all we need is us to go down.
Please. I got one. How do you switch to business, man? Oh, you got that. We don't need this anymore. Oh, am I muted? Yeah, I am. Good. All right. So, what we want to do?
Since DB6 is muted.
All right. Houston man shoots intruder holding wife at gunpoint.
What?
A man shot one of two intruders holding his wife at gunpoint Tuesday night after they forcefully entered his Houston home. It occurred after the woman arrived home around 10:30. Police said the two attackers took her purse while in the driveway and then tried to get her inside the house. Little did they know.
Did he shoot two intruders while holding his wife at gunpoint, or did the two intruders?
As Bo would say, if you'd let me finish. You would have let me finish. Her husband heard the struggle, grabbed his gun, and fired at the intruders. One of the robbers was shot in the head. Good shot during the exchange of gunfire. The wounded individual required surgery, and his condition was reported as unknown. The other intruder got lucky and escaped, police said. I think that's awesome, but you don't really hear that. You know, anything pro-gun, like where a gun saves somebody's life?
Honestly, if you shoot someone in the head and they require surgery, I'm going to say it probably was not a good shot.
In Massachusetts, the homeowner would probably be in jail right now. What other states do that? There's other states out there where it's insane.
Yeah.
And then I love it when, like, if it's a hoodlum, you know, white or black or whatever, you know, gunman doing it because they're just fucking, you know, gangbangers or whatever. You know, he was just stealing stuff. You didn't have to shoot him. He doesn't have a job. And, okay. So, guy breaks into my house and I fear for my life. Right.
Well, O.J. Simpson didn't steal anything.
He stole the damn Queen number 13
I'm talking
out of
before
in the bureau.
I'm talking about you're a dick.
He did steal some of his own NFL career paraphernalia.
From the Hall of Fame, no less.
But was he responsible for the 20 injured after the rotor wash collapsed his tent at Army base?
Hell yeah.
You guys hear about that?
No.
You didn't? 20 people were injured when at a California military base. A Black Hawk was landing at Fort Hunter Liggett on Wednesday, and it collapsed the tent during a training exercise. Don't know if the rotor wash was part of the exercise. The 22 injuries reported, including 2 people who were flown for treatment and 2 taken by ground to Templeton. They said the majority of the rest of the injuries were minor, and Motrin fixed all that. No, I didn't say that. No one has died. I like how it says it, and that no one has died as of late Wednesday night, local time. I really do hope everybody's okay. The base, some of the families are being contacted. The rest, probably that we don't like you, so we're not going to contact you. Yeah. Don't land pilots. Are you a rotorhead? Hey, listen up, rotorheads. When coming in for a landing, right? Pull on your collective, right? Hold your cyclic tight, but stay away from tense. And then what you want to do, I think it's rotate it to the left, your collective, okay? You know the hardest thing about flying a Black Hawk? I'm no pilot, but I know enough to be dangerous. Is landing. I can get the helicopter off. I can get a Black Hawk off the ground. The hardest thing is starting the APU and then putting your main engines into flight. After that, it's a piece of cake. You can just yank on that collective. You're going up. Going up. But trying to get back down and not crash, that's really, really hard. If you don't have training like me, I mean. Yeah. If you're National Guard, you probably got some training.
Well, she also said just grab it and yank on it, so.
It's not a Navy helicopter. The Navy helicopters, they've got it's shaped of a penis.
Jesus Christ.
If you know what a collective looks like, you know. So, did you hear Iran is revamping, what are they doing? 800 of their main battle tanks. They're upgrading. I love the comments on the post. You know, oh, that'll take us 20 Warthogs and 10 Abrams, 15 minutes. What do we do with the rest of the day? And then somebody said, you can thank Obama for giving them the money to redo their tanks. That was a pretty good comment. I got to tell you, the comments on remember, eat a bag of dicks, $15, go to mydvstore.com. The comments on the DV page, on the drive out here for 5 hours, I had Google read them off to me. It's awesome. Keep them coming.
I'm sorry. I had to talk to somebody. Yeah, I missed everything you said. I won't lie.
I said dead air.
Oh, dead air.
Why are the logos off of both of the coins? All the military branches are enforcing their trademarks, and you have to get special permission to use any of the branches' logos. So I'm sure we could get approval for them, especially for the farm coin. Not so much for the DV main coin. But we just didn't want to. It's just a lot of paperwork and time consuming, and we were out of coins, so we dropped the logos for now. But the numbers on the DV challenge coins, the ones that say "Go fuck yourself," they are still running in succession. So if you have a older version of a coin, you still have a lower number, and therefore outrank on the newer Pogue DVs or Gung Ho DVs. Sorry. It's not all DVs are really Pogues.
I've got one more article for you if you want me to read it to you.
Okay, and then, yeah. Can you make it as interesting as mine?
Oh, I can, because the headline alone is as interesting as yours. You ready?
Yes.
So the headline reads, teens seal their penis holes closed to avoid using condoms.
What? Say that one more time, please.
Teens seal their penis holes closed to avoid using condoms. Okay?
These boys sewed their penises shut to avoid using condoms.
Seal.
Their penis hole.
Seal them.
Seal.
Yeah, and it's an actual fucking seal tip. Basically, it's like a really strong but small Band-Aid you put on the tip of your penis that prevents pre-cum from entering your partner. How does it work? And they've got a diagram with a cartoon penis and a hand. And it says, clean the tip, align shield, bond to skin, enjoy real sex. What if you ejaculate, it says. The site states, remember the last time you held a sneeze in and your eyeballs popped out? LOL, seriously. When we studied the incredible elasticity of the urethra, using it as an indoor cum trainer makes perfect sense. I'm not joking. This is a real thing. Is there enough room inside you? Stuff like that. They say it even helps prevent STDs, or now they call it STIs. What the fuck an I is? I don't know. So yeah, the new trend is for teen kids, guys, to seal their penis holes closed to have sex, to not wear fucking condoms.
My turn?
Sure.
All right, let me see if I can beat you now. Hey, do you like wearing dreadlocks and jewelry, but, you still want to join the military? Now you can. Yes, you can. The Air Force has followed the Army, Navy, Marine Corps, and authorizing its female service members to wear their hair and dreadlocks. The change was one of several, included updates to the Air Force instructions on dress and personal appearance that took effect on July 13th. You know? That's awesome. Also, it eliminates the minimum hair length for females, but set a maximum bulk of 3.5 inches from the scalp. It mandates that hairstyles allow a cover to sit properly on the head. Now, I don't know how high above your head that can be. Dreadlocks must be tightly fused or interwoven and present a neat and professional appearance.
Yeah, you didn't beat the company is GIF-Tip. You didn't beat GIF-Tip. GIF-Tip, if you want to sponsor us, shoot me an email at info@dvradio.net. Hey, we will hook you guys up, all right? Hook you up with some advertising. You know, rub my back and my penis, and I'll rub your back. All right, not your penis. I don't go that way.
All right, you know how we make fun of Florida man, Florida woman, whatever, and you know it's going to be a great story? Hold on to your socks, boys and girls. This one was just presented to me by Google. It says, Louisiana man arrested after dialing 911 to see if he had active warrants.
What the fuck?
Yeah! 911, what is your name? Hey, do I have any active warrants? What's your name, please? My name is Jimmy Boner. All right, what's your social? And your birthday? All right. Jimmy? No, my name's not really Jimmy. I just listen to a lot of DV radio. My name is... Oh, I'd have to click on it. I'm not clicking on it.
Now, you know what? Because my mom and Joe shared that fucking link with me, I'm going to get fucking ads about penis tips and condoms now.
Wow, you had to go back to penis again.
I just realized that just hit me.
I heard him laughing in the background.
The whole time. The whole fucking time.
The thing is, we're supposed to, like, we're challenging ourselves to present better and better news articles. Come on.
Well, you didn't tell me that we had a fucking competition going here. Jesus.
All right. Florida cops grant nearly blind Navy vet's wish to use night vision goggles. It looks like a starlight scope. 88-year-old Navy veteran Stanley Gold, who is 75% blind, reached out to officers and asked if he could try night vision equipment before he lost his vision completely. Shout out to the Pembroke Pines Police Department. Good job.
Wait, was he masturbating?
The vet served in the Korean War, and he just asked if he could try the night vision goggles because he was about to go blind. You know, so members of this the Pines, Pembroke Pines Police Department SWAT team showed up at his house and let him do it. That's awesome, man. And then later shot. Never mind.
Shot his load before he went blind.
DV News with a twist.
Right.
Come on.
Oh my God!
Like
this one has a video.
You got to put them out of their misery.
So
mine's gonna be when I get. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, Sand Pounder sent me one. It's called Gender Reveal Goes Wrong When Grandpa Takes an Exploding Bitch to the Face. A baseball-themed gender reveal party in California, of course, went off base, ha ha ha, on Saturday when Mom's pitch sailed past Dad, who didn't swing, and hit the grandpa-to-be right in the face where it erupted in a cloud of blue smoke. We wanted to do something a little special.
What's a gender reveal? Is that like where an 18-year-old says, I'm really...
No. So when someone's pregnant and they find out if it's going to be a boy or a girl, they reveal to the family what it's going to be. So the expectant mother said, we wanted to do something a little special to tell everyone at the same time. We didn't know the gender ourselves, so it was a surprise for everyone. Well, it was an explosive fucking surprise to Grandpa. But Dad-to-be Max McCauley was supposed to hit the pitch, which would erupt in a cloud of blue or pink to reveal the gender of the baby. Instead of exploding off the bat like an Aaron Judge moonshot, it burst on Scott McCauley's face like an exploding cigar in an old cartoon. He seems to be just fine, only a little blue about the experience. Ha ha ha. They say he's blue because it's a boy. But, yeah, that I'm not talking about a small puff of cloud of smoke or anything. I'm talking like, and a fucking explosion went off in this man's face when the ball fucking hit him. I'll drop, oh, yeah. It's fucking hilarious.
I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. Okay. I'm glad I found this email. Recently got an email that somebody sent. I mean, I appreciate it. Sometimes stuff ends up in my desk, but this is from Hunter Johnson, and it was at the height of the the Operation Chad or whatever, and I guess he's coming from his page, and he says, "Hi, I would just like to thank you. Up until now, I didn't know what you guys did. I just thought you had your Facebook page. But I think it's really great what you guys are doing. My dad was in the Marine Corps and deployed twice, and I plan on being a Marine myself once I get out of college. So thank you for all you do." And then it asked, "How did you find us?" And I told us. That's from Hunter Johnson.
Wait, you mean there's people that actually go to college first and they don't just do it for the college money?
I'm glad you brought that up. There was that post, Recoil, that I saw from, I'm guessing as an older person, that it said, "Hey, I know a young person that's thinking of going in the armed forces. What advice would you give?" I'm not trying to change his mind. I just want to, pass on some information. And Google was reading those comments. And somebody had mentioned, "Hey, go to college first and become an officer. You might make more of an impact, and plus you get paid better, respect better." And then somebody made a comment that said, "Oh, I was enlisted. I could have been an officer, but I wanted to be enlisted, and officers, blah blah blah, the typical stuff." And he says, "Nah, that's fine. I understand that, but you can sometimes go to college, and you might, if you were squared away, you can make a bigger impact." But there was a lot of good reasons for people. The best one I liked on that post of what advice or what would you say to somebody is, make sure you're joining the service for you and not for somebody else.
I got to read this to you guys because me and Six have been wanting to do this for a long time and we keep forgetting. Before we go to break, we'll have a few last words. But I got a spam email on info@dbradio.net a couple weeks ago, and I completely forgot about reading it. So it says, "Greetings, beloved. I am Borte, B-O-R-T-E. I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, which doctors have confirmed that I have only a few weeks to live. So I have decided to donate everything I have to the orphanage and the poor widows through you and your help. Please kindly reply through my private box, email is there, here as soon as possible to enable me give you more information about myself and how to go about it. Thanks, Miss Borte." First off...
Can we do this and then cover it every week on DV Radio, the responses? Make this a running...
Yeah, we can do that.
So let's get our thoughts together. So let's respond to them. Use dvradio.net.
Okay.
How
should we respond?
That's awesome of you, vegan, or whatever you call those.
Borte, B-O-R-T-E.
Oh, boy. The guy that was hitting up Sarah Palin?
No, this is a woman. It's M-I-S-S-B-O-R-T-E, Miss Borte.
Miss Borte?
So it's his wife?
Yeah, it's his wife. My name is Jeff.
I think it's a good idea. So stay tuned. Next week, we'll see what the response is. It'll take a week to week. Make sure you let the guy know we're doing, hey, it's going to take a week to get back because you're coming back from your missionary missions in, in Africa and stuff like that.
Coming back from your missionary positions.
Wait, I'm writing this all up right now. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think this is something that will, we can have a continuing, one like on TV where they don't have those standalone. These TV radio is a standalone episode. Let's make this more of a whole season thing. Yeah, why not?
Okay, so
that meme that says "I'll make my own navy with blackjack and hookers." Well, somebody took that and then put underneath the news link, 3 leaders canned for allowing fireworks and gambling on their ship. It's awesome. Gotta love the Navy. And I do. I like all the branches, even the Coast Guard.
So I said, "Dear Miss Borte, this is a wonderful idea. It will take a week, at the least, to get back to your next reply. I'm currently on a mission across the lands, and I'm helping the children and widows myself. ! You
gotta tell them that, and because you're in a wheelchair, you can only go so many miles a day.
Well, that's why I'm asking you guys for your input. So, okay.
I'll put that in there, too. I mean, might as well. Make sure, though, you're an American, so you have to spell a couple words wrong or something. Like whale chair. this is gonna be great. And tell them, use some of our people in chat as words. You know, currently my car, the Bedlam, is experiencing spooky cat symptoms. But I fixed the oink capacitor, and if I only had a few more dollars, I could have had Roungy, you know. But the recoil on it is bad. Sign, tree hugger.
I'm typing. I can't do but so much. Slow down.
Don't nog me.
My Bedlam car is experiencing spooky cat syndrome. Is that what you said?
No, don't make it too insane. But
No. That's fine. They won't understand.
Hey, tell them you're VA rated for negative 50%.
Like you gotta start paying them.
I have to pay the VA for my disability. Google just bombed their head.
All right. So, dear Miss Borte, this is a wonderful idea. It'll take a week, at the least, to get back to your next reply. I'm currently on a mission across the lands, and I'm helping the children and widows myself. I'm also wheelchair bound, so I can only travel a few miles a day. My Bedlam car is experiencing spooky cat syndrome, and the recoil is very horrible. I'm also rated at negative 50% on my VA rating, so I have to pay out of pocket to the VA. Please, let me know what I need to do to help make this come to fruition. Sent. I hope it doesn't get back. That would be fucking great. I know it's a fucking spam email, you dicks. All right. Any last words before we go to break and come back?
I'm trying to figure out. I screwed up the chat. All right, let me see if I can see this. Hello? All right, yeah, I'm back there. Okay, I found the beginning.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, because do you want to go over 11 since I'm still like in my prime and maybe edit the show down a little?
Sure, since it's 11 now.
I was speaking to Recoil, maybe quarter after, 20 after, since we have another show at 11:30.
Are you fucking kidding?
No, I'm not fucking kidding you. If you look at the goddamn schedule at dbradio.net/schedule every week.
No, that's
okay.
fine. You can end it now. I got work to do.
We only have 3 shows. Why are 2 of them in one night?
This is the once a month show.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, one
night I'm awake.
We're going to go to break. We'll come back. We'll end the show. But you are tuned into Barracks Talk here on dbradio.net.
You've been hearing from me about my book for the past 2 years on DV Radio. Now you can order a copy of PTSDog, Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder, and the Service Dog. Check it out on booklocker.com, barnesandnoble.com, and amazon.com. If you choose to purchase the book on Amazon, please consider using smile.amazon.com and picking the DV Farm as your charity of choice. Buy your copy of PTSDog, Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder, and the Service Dog today, only at booklocker.com, barnesandnoble.com, and amazon.com.
I'm Dave Libby of warriorservice.org and SOSRAband.com, and this is Contraband.
The Up in Arms Podcast.
We are not another military spouse / unconventional vet spouse.
Welcome to Media Litter Sandwich.
You're listening to Barracks Talk on DV Radio.
Welcome to Disgruntled Discussions.
You're listening to
The Marquee Dirty 30.
Hello and welcome to the Service Dog Show with PTSDog. I'm your host, Joaquin Watai.
Hear all of these veteran-made shows on dbradio.net. From original to syndicated shows, they're all on the DV Radio Network. Don't forget to check out the schedule banner to find out when your favorite show is airing. Again, that's dvradio.net. And don't forget to search DV Radio on the TuneIn app on your mobile device.
DV Radio.
Hello, you are caller number 9. If you want to leave your name and number, please press pound, press 3, then dial your name, then press 6 and dial your number. If you want to leave your name and just a message, press star, press 6, ask for extension 443, and then leave your name and a message.
Hello, please leave a message after the tone.
Hi, this is calling from your pharmacy. I'd just like to let you know that your anal wart removal cream, your butt plugs, and your Viagra are now in. And we also got those extra small condoms that you needed. So please go ahead and let me know when you'll be coming in so I can set those aside for you. Thank you and have a great day.
DV Radio.
Let's get it on.
We've got some fresh beat for you.
The music.
Let's go.
You're listening to WTVR on DVRadio.net. By veterans, for veterans.
Simply made for you.
And it is simply made for you. Welcome back to Barracks Talk right here on WDVR, DVRadio.net. I'm Boner Wood. We've still got Recoil and DV6 here with us at the end of the show. We've got about 10 minutes. DV6, is there anything else you'd like to get in these last 10 minutes?
Absolutely. I was just over on the main DV page, and John Youngblood, somebody, either he did or somebody shared it for him to our wall. And it says, John Youngblood's holding up a sign with his newborn. And the sign says, "My wife said if I get 10,000 likes, my newborn daughter's middle name can be Freedom. Please like and share." I thought, oh, hell yeah. So that's immediately been posted to the main DV page. So check it out and go give it a like. Make sure you directly like the share. You have to click on it. All right. But that's awesome. Yeah. What's your name? Brandy Freedom. What's yours? ISIS.
Oh,
that's great.
Silence.
Kill you. Oh my God. Recoil, I know you have a bit that you always like to do at the end of every show. Would you like to do that now so we can have more time later?
More show ending stuff like right now.
Or how about this? There's been a misunderstanding. You know the standard greeting for the DV?
The middle finger.
Yeah.
Or go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Can someone please fucking demonstrate what happens when DVs pass each other on the roadway? Let me read
kind of hard to do when they can't see me.
Yeah.
Bo's laying on the floorboard.
I pretty much am, because I have to fucking lay the seat back anyway in that big ass LTD.
He's like, Mama only lets me ride in the trunk.
I gotta get a booster seat. Oh, the 6 still there?
Yeah, yes, I'm still here. I need to give you, listen, that I was tired when you recorded that. You're listening to Barracks Talk on DV Radio. I hate that. Can we update that, please?
Every time I ask you to do something, I ain't got time. I ain't got time.
Oh, I'm sure that's really what
How many times have we tried to fix the farm website so I can
sit on
wait,
the porch?
Wait, 6. How many times have me and you sat down to fix the farm website so I can publish the new one, and you don't have the time?
You did a hell of a job. I saw that the other day. You didn't tell me it was up. It looks awesome. Good job.
He sounds like. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead. Because I know that when I'm mean and stuff, people start their own T-shirt company and bash me.
I was just going to say you sounded like Ben Stein and Ferris Bueller. Welcome to Barracks Talk.
I've thought about speeding it up to give it a little bit of oomph, but I don't want to fuck it up because it makes me laugh every time I hear it.
Dry eyes need clear eyes.
I miss that fucking commercial so much. Oh shit.
No shit, please.
So Recoil, if there are a few people out there that don't want to start a t-shirt company, but had rather stay anonymous and poke fun of each other, where can they do that?
Honestly, you even can start a t-shirt company over here. But head on over to dvbarracks.com. That's dvbarracks.com. That's our forum. It gets you out of the public eye of Facebook, away from your grandma, friends, family, coworkers, and everybody else, where you can just be a vet and talk with other veterans.
Also, I just got an email through one of our email things, and basically it was, listen, my friend's going to kill me if he finds out I'm trying to help him, but he is stubborn as a mule, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, we're not equipped to do that, but there are volunteers that can help you and assist you. And if you want to remain anonymous, go over, because the main thing I do is I point them to the DV page. Anybody reaches out and asks anything, 99% of the time, you're going to get an answer. But if you're trying to remain anonymous, I was like, well, go to the Barracks, dvbarracks.com. You can remain anonymous and help your friend. I get that a lot. It's like they don't want to post to the page till the.
Yeah, you can remain anonymous and help your friend, and not only that, but you can direct your friend over there so that they can ask for some help that they might not otherwise, or support.
What do you do when you get over there?
That's dvbarracks.com, and once you get there, you can create a profile using either your Facebook login or email account. Once you have a profile created, go to the top right-hand corner of the screen and click on your profile. You can change your picture to any picture you want to use, change your name to any call sign that you want to use, and then you can always head on to my personal favorite section, which DV6 just alluded to, is the peer support section, and that's brothers and sisters like you and me looking out for brothers and sisters like you and me. And there's also all the typical DV fuckery. So it's really a fantastic place to go, and you can do it, again, in anonymity. So that is dvbarracks.com. So one final time, that is dvbarracks.com.
Head over to the DV forum right now, sign up, and pitch in at dvbarracks.com. You heard it here first, folks. That's it.
So, like, what kind of stuff's over there? How does that work exactly, the forum? Is it like Facebook? Like you post memes and stuff, or what's it?
Well, you can do that. You certainly can, but it's not as fast-paced as Facebook is. Because number one, there's not literally over a million people.
Is it easy to find do you have it broken down by categories? I mean,
it is broken down by categories. It's broken down into sections. There's the typical fuckery type sections, and they're self-explanatory when you see the titles of them. But then there's the peer support section, and that's where you would go, like we were talking earlier about. How veterans, there's quite a few veterans that were medically discharged for one reason or another, or medically retired, and they're now being expected to pay back monies, and also others that were expected to pay back retirement money, or bonus money. So there's a whole section on there which is just brothers and sisters talking about that and learning, like, who they've worked with, what has helped them, what hasn't helped them, so on and so forth. So it's really a great place to go.
Yeah, most definitely it is. I've not been over there in a long while because I have so much going on, but when I did get to go over there, it was man, that is just one more fucking place. I mean, you hear people say, man, this is bitching. It's fucking bitching, homies. Yeah, it's to the rat hood, yo.
It's not fast paced like standard social media. I mean, if you post something over on the forum, you're not going to get an instant, immediate answer or comment or like or share like you would on Facebook. Sometimes you do. It just depends on how many people are on there at any given moment. But if you hang out long enough, you'll definitely get a response from other DVs, if not from the staff themselves.
If you've never used the forum, like back in the 90s when we had AOL, this is what that is, pretty much. I mean,
it's a little better, but
yeah. That's what I was getting ready to say. It's on steroids, but think of that in terms of what you're doing.
You guys, we started that Barracks because there was a need for it. I know a few years back. You don't remember how many? Because the new staff are asking me. We got to start doing anniversaries. Like, how long has DV been around? How long is the farm? I'm just curious. I didn't think about the Barracks. How long's that been there?
I think I think we're in 2 or 3 years. I'm really going to have to look at that, to be honest with you.
Last time I talked to you, I was kind of impressed with the amount of active users that.
Yeah, and it took us a little while, even to settle on a platform and stuff. I mean, it took a lot of research because we really did want it to flow like social media, like Facebook. But there really just wasn't anything out there that flowed quite that easily.
You got, we're still under 10,000.
I believe so. I'm trying to look that up right now, but I'm on mobile, which
it's actually been a very, very helpful avenue for those that really. One of the most common problems and why we needed this Barracks or the forum, I'm sorry, at dvbarracks.com was because people were actually trying to get help or asking for help, and then when you post anything to Facebook, everybody can see it. And their family would get involved, and that's the last. They want to just talk freely. And that's why that was created. So
yeah, I
hope that tonight I was calm and people were able to understand me. You guys got to understand. A lot of times I go and listen to these old podcasts, and I can't even understand where I'm going with a conversation. I'm all over the map. I mean, and by the time Saturday rolls around and it's 9:00 at night, it's taken. I'm beat down. And by the end of the day, it's right there before bed. I'm talking in circles. I haven't had a drink in months, So, we joke about that, but I haven't had a time to go out and do anything. So if anybody's under the impression that I was drunk or high or whatever, I haven't done that since early days when I had a lot of free time, But,
yeah,
that's my explanation, my story.
Yeah, so really quick, everybody please let us know what you think of Contraband, Barracks Talk, any and all shows on the post that we make. Rate us on the podcast streamer that you're using so that, we know where the fucking users are coming from, because I know a lot of you like to use VPNs and VPOs, so it hurts us with analytics, so we don't see how many numbers we get sometimes. But please let us know. We love your feedback. DB Radio is yours. We listen to you guys, believe it or not. I mean, look how many shows we have now. It's because of you all. Also, Twitter, @DV_DB Radio. Follow us there. I try to interact with you guys as much as possible. Sometimes I'll put something stupid up that DV6 or Recoil or anybody else said, and you guys just fucking go with it. YouTube channels, Dysfunctional Veterans as well as DV Radio. Please go subscribe, hit the little bell icon. Every time we upload a video, you'll be notified. Facebook, Dysfunctional Veterans, DV Radio. Don't forget MeWe as well. That's Dysfunctional Veterans. Just go over there, make an account, go to groups, and search Dysfunctional Veterans and DV Radio, and you can follow us along. We can put shit over there that we can't put on other social media, i.e. Facebook. So please go follow us. Recoil, anything else you want to talk about? Or say?
Honestly? Nope. Just be safe and keep looking out for each other, fuckers.
Out, motherfucking standing DV6. Any last words? I'll do it for you.
I'm right here. Sorry. I screwed up the Facebook page. I fixed it. So this page. All right, for our next segment, for the next 20 minutes is trivia.
No, we have a show in 4 minutes. I will cut you off.
All right, real quick. Shout out to Ron Ripley, doing an awesome job. When do I get to come on your show? Shout out to Chappie and the rest of the fuckers over at Disgruntled Bets. Hey, again, when do I get to come on? I've got, I don't know, some time. Not really. What else? Shout out to the unconventional. Is it the unconventional spouse?
You gotta hurry up.
All
Let's
right,
go.
done. Have a nice night, fuckers.
All right, we're going to end tonight's show. You're going to hear Grind by Bisto Blanco. Listen to Contraband coming up next after Barracks Talk.
Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter.
That's all, folks. Goodbye, motherfucker!
DV Radio.